Collections provide a more advanced way of storing multiple values inside a single object. Unlike arrays, which have a fixed size once they are created, you can add and remove items from collections. For most purposes, collections are more convenient to work with than arrays. In this lesson, you'll create a list collection and add some items to it. To begin, open the Spark sample file from your Sample Files folder. And open utilities.cs. Now remove all code from the getBlockedCustomers method and add the following code: list $string blocked customers equals new list string. This code creates a new list collection that can only contain string variables. You can put any data type between the less than and greater than marks to create a list collection of that type. For example, list int would create a list collection of int variables. If you wanted a list to contain more than one type of variable, you would have to create a list object. But you would then have to convert the objects back to their original types when you retrieve them from the collection. Now add the following code on the next line to add a value to your list. blockedcustomers.add 6. As you can see, it's very easy to add a value to a list. Now add the following code to add the other two values to the list. blockedcustomers.add 9. blockedcustomers.add 11. You now have a list collection containing the 3 strings that you stored in an array in the previous lesson. That's lesson 8.1. Just like with arrays, you can populate a list collection with a single line of code. You could have created the list collection by simply typing list string blocked customers equals new list string, begin curly brackets, 6, 9, 11, end curly brackets. Of course, the real advantage of lists is the ability to add and remove items. You can remove an item from a list by using the remove method. Add the following code on the next line. blockedcustomers.remove 11. Lists have zero-based index numbers, just like arrays. Add the following code to retrieve the second item from the list and place its value into a string variable. String second customer equals blocked customers 1. Now you're going to make the getBlockedCustomers method return your list collection. You learned how to return values from methods in lesson 6.7. First, change the return value type from a string array to a list string. Unsurprisingly, you need to set the return value to list string in order to return a list collection of string variables. Now add the following code at the end of the method. Return blocked customers. This will return the list collection when the method is called. Now open the code behind file of newtransaction.aspx and you'll notice that there are no errors appearing. The list collection has a contains method just like an array, so there's no need to change the code here. If you look at the using lines at the top of the screen, you can see system.collections.generic. This is where the list class is defined, and it contains other types of collection too. Try typing the following code into any event handler. System.collections.generic. You can now see a list of the generic collection types. One of the most useful of these is the dictionary class. The dictionary works the same way as a list, but allows you to give each value a key, which you can later use to retrieve the value. This is very similar to the way that viewState and session work, as you may recall from lesson 311. You'll also see the sorted list class. The sorted list class is very similar to a list, but has methods to easily sort the contents. For most purposes, the list collection is the best choice. Close Visual Studio now, saving your changes if prompted. You've now completed Lesson 8.2. Create a collection.